The snow has started. And it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better. It's about 2-3 hours later and it's still snowing. But it's not laying. And that's a good thing. So maybe this isn't going to be as bad a storm as we thought it was going to be. Hi, it's Kathy from Kathy's Happy Home. Well, things changed a lot since yesterday when I showed you the little bit of snow we were getting. And we got quite a bit of snow. It changed a lot. So let me show you. Here's just a little bit of the yard. It was a lot more. We got some rain that's washed some of it away. In all, we got 8 inches. And I thought it was going to be nothing. Let me raise you up a little bit here. And here is the holly tree in the yard a couple doors away from us. It's really cold too, and you can see I've borrowed Joe's Marine Corps jacket here to wear. But one of the things that I do to keep warm is I bake. And today I'm going to show you how to make one of my very favorite cookies, and that's Berlinerkranzer. It's another of my favorite recipes out of the old Betty Crocker cookbook. It's listed under Christmas cookies, but I make it anytime. And if I'm making it for Christmas, I use red and green cherries and make it look like a holly wreath. But you can use just anything. And the only thing I could get at the store was green cherries. So that's what we're going to make our wreaths with today. I do make it a little differently than the recipe in here, and I'll show you how I make it. But what I'll put down in the box below is the actual recipe from the cookbook, so you can make it either way. Here are the things you're going to need. A stick and a half of butter, some shortening, some cherries or citron, and I got these green cherries, an orange peel grated, sugar, flour, and eggs. The first thing I'm going to do is set the temperature for 400 degrees. And now I'm going to put a stick and a half of butter or margarine into the bowl. Now this is supposed to be softened, but although it's soft, it's not as soft as it should be. So I'm going to soften it up a little bit with my chopper tool here. This is, I think, the most useful tool in my kitchen. Okay, and now I'm going to add 1/4 cup of shortening. Sorry about that. I thought I had my measuring cup out here and I didn't. So let me just get 1/4 cup of shortening in here. Better if you have everything out and measured ahead of time. I wasn't thinking that far ahead today. And it looks like this can of shortening is just about done for. It'll be just about 1/4 cup of shortening. Let me put that in there. And we'll mix that together. Okay, and now I need 1 cup of sugar. I'm leaving you sort of hanging here, but I can't get the sugar open. There it goes. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. The sugar is added, and let's mix this all up. I remember when I was in junior high school and we had home economics class, that creaming butter and sugar was one of the first things that we learned. And I didn't like it then, and I still don't. It takes so long to incorporate things. Well, let me work on this and I'll be back. I've added the grated peel off of one orange and 2 eggs. And now I'm going to mix them all together. Okay, it's all mixed up. And I'm adding 4 cups of flour. And then I'll mix that up. The dough got really stiff and I had to have Joe the baker help me.
Actually working the dough by hand to get that last bit of flour in is the best idea. What you do is you can feel the moisture, and you just keep on, as the flour gets down at the bottom and the sides, you just keep on working it until you get it all incorporated. Now the sugar goes in or later?
No, that goes on the outside, and I'll
that's
show
for the
everybody
topping.
this.
Yeah.
And now you see there's a little bowl of sugar, and I've taken some of the green cherries and cut them in half, and I'll show you what we do next. I have a little scoop here, and I scooped out a ball of dough. Now I'm going to make it into a long rope shape. And then I tie it in a knot. I dip it in the flour.
Sugar.
I mean the sugar. Oh, it's been one of those days. And then, Joe, could you just take one of those candied cherries and put it right in the middle of the knot?
There you go.
There it goes. And onto the tray. I'll show you what it looks like once I get the whole tray done. And here's a tray of cookies ready to go in the oven. I lowered the temperature to 375 and I'm going to bake them for 10 to 12 minutes. It took 12 minutes to bake them. They turned out beautiful and I can't wait to eat them. I have had quite a time with these cookies. Spilled sugar. Then I got the sugar box. It was hard as a rock. I had to break it all up. And then spilled flour. Tripped over my own 2 feet. Burned myself. Cracked my nail. You can't really see it, but it's cracked way under the quick. I'm going to have to bandage that up. Couldn't get the dough to mix, but it's going to be worth it because these are wonderful cookies. The Betty Crocker book calls them Berlinerkranzer. I first knew them as Norwegian wreaths, but whatever you call them, they are so good. I asked Joe to do a taste test for me, so he's never had them before. Go ahead.
I like them.
Oh dear, now it means I have to make another batch. I did get 4 dozen out of this batch. Even though it's very labor intensive, it's so worth it, and I hope you'll give it a try. Little Norwegian wreaths. See you next time.